go. I'm on a ramp. There we go. And we're off. So, let's see. What champion has he got? He's using the one that gives your troop... Oh, he's on Crannock. Okay. This would be interesting if he's playing the same deck that I just played against. Not looking good. Oh, this is not a keeper. No, I can't keep this. Not that much better, but we're going to keep this one. It's not great. I have a turn 2 Sensei. I have Chaos Key for if he plays like... if he plays that... whatever it's called guy. It's Transcendent. Why was that blue? What was blue? I don't know what's blue. Guys, quiet down back there. No, Zachary's not crying. Oh boy. So, if he sweeps me out, that's probably pretty bad for me. Honeycap is okay. He can remove it pretty easily in a deck like he's playing, with like Murder or something. My text. Not sure. Maybe it's because I'm cool. I don't know. Chlorophyllia seems pretty good here because that'll open up all my 6-drops to me. So the hand doesn't look horrible, but not super amazing right now. If he stalls on resources, that's probably the best thing that could happen here. He might be playing Mono Blood, which would be pretty surprising if he is. No, he's not. He's going to be in Diamond, I would guess. He might be in Sapphire. We'll see. We will see. Another Blood Shard, okay. Interesting that he's playing Shards of Fate and just play the second Blood Shard. Okay. So I still haven't seen a second Shard color out of him. Guess I'll probably see it in this next turn. So we'll play Chlorophyllia in our second main phase, go attack, step, swing in with Sensei. Turn, and then play the Chlorophyllia. So far I'm not too afraid of counter magic, which is nice. Because I haven't seen any Sapphire or anything. Second main phase, play Chlorophyllia. Puts me right in range for a turn 4 6-drop if I draw into one. Otherwise, it'll probably be... I'll probably just play out the Honeycap because the difference between a 6/6 Honeycap and a 7/7 versus a deck that just removes everything anyways isn't really that much. So, the toughness of my troops doesn't really matter that much to... Inquisitor, okay, interesting. Honeycap really doesn't care about Inquisitor too much when he's a 6/6 Honeycap. I've seen this variant of the deck too. This is kind of like that control deck that I've played against. Another Wild Shard. So I'm just going to play out this Honeycap because I know if he has removal, he'll just deal with it right away. And I can also play out my Chaos Key here. I don't really want to Chaos Key this Inquisitor, I don't think. I'd rather Chaos Key something bigger like a Lord Alexander, or not Lord Alexander, but King Gabriel or Uranaz would be really good. To Chaos Key, him. This is a deck that I actually, playing my Spellshield deck would be really good against, because the only thing he has that he can do is sweep me out. Yeah, I kind of figured he was in Diamond as well. It's probably just has the one Ruby Shard, so he can get that thing activated. Okay, so he's going to conflict my guy. So that's one conflict I don't have to worry about if I play a 6-drop. If I draw into a 6-drop to play here. So that's kind of nice. I feel like that might have been a bad decision if he had something else in hand, but that kind of tells me he probably doesn't have Murder or anything. So taking 3 here. He's got a lot of card advantage. And we're not playing these with sideboard, so well, that's an unfortunate draw here, but gotta play him out. Again, I don't feel like I really need to Chaos Key his Inquisitor just yet. I'll probably just trade my Brave for him, make him replay it. Or make him use some sort of other removal on my Brave here. Seems like a bad trade for him. A Howling Brave to make his Inquisitor cost 5. Seems like much better to use the Brave on the Inquisitor than the Chaos Key, in my opinion. He's pretty much in the driver's seat at this point in the game. I haven't drawn into any of my nice 6-drops, so I've got 49 cards left. I have not drawn a single one. I've got 4 Fist of Briggadon. I've got 1. I've got 1 Battle Beetle, which would be really good for me. Ooh, Rotcaster. That works. Remove my Howling Brave, sure. And I've got, which would be, yeah, Battle Beetle would be probably one of the best things I could have to draw against him. And then the other thing I've got is the Squirrel Titan, which could kill either one of his creatures right now. Still waiting. I don't really like removing either one of these guys. If I was going to remove one of them with Chaos Key, it would be the Inquisitor, so that way it doesn't just keep bouncing back. But again, I'm waiting for like Uranus or something to happen here. Kind of just gassed out. My deck kind of just gassed out. Another card that would be really nice to draw into here would be a lot of Crash Abyss. I'm kind of getting flooded here, so I need to not draw any more shards is what needs to happen. There's really no reason for me to play this shard at this point. Okay, Secret Lab is good here for me. That'll help me tear through the deck a little bit. Get to something that's going to be playable. And that's not it. So I'll just hold on to this Wild Shard. Pass the turn back. Cost me 5 to do that, so it's pretty much in the driver's seat. He's taking not as much time as I would think he's been taking on his turns. It seems like he's taking a long time on his turns, but pretty much he's in the driver's seat here. So at this point he can play King Gabriel, which would be really bad for me. I guess I can Chaos Key him away, but it still leaves a 6/6 puppy in play, which is really bad. I have no real good blockers, so he's probably just waiting for me to Chaos Key something, which isn't going to happen for quite a while. He's got me on 3-turn clock right now as it looks. There's a Corpse Fly to get rid of my Wild Shard. So that was a really good play in case I had drawn into something which I couldn't play there. So yep. Eternal Youth, okay. That seems like a bad card for this type of deck, but maybe he's running the guy like the other deck. It's kind of a dead card, but I don't know. What do I know? It's in a really good position right now, so I'm just not drawing any enough threats here. Yeah, Root Dancer's really not going to do it here for me. I can basically trade it for like his Rotcaster. That's probably what I'm going to do, which is unfortunate. Although he has so much removal that it's probably going to be irrelevant. Yeah, not very relevant here, really, at this point. Still waiting for some sort of a big drop to hit the board. I haven't seen anything yet. Probably after this turn, after I take possibly another 6, 7, 8 here. If he kills my guy, giving me no blockers, I will have to Chaos Key his guy. And then maybe he'll play a 6-drop and then show me what else he's got in the deck. Just not having a good time with this wild deck here. Having a good time. Yeah, it murders my guy, gives me 8 damage. Sure. Yeah, he drew a nice spell to curve ratio, that's for sure. He hasn't even really drawn any cards. He's drawn the same amount of cards as I've got. He's got 46 cards in his deck. I've got 46, and answered all my cards. I haven't drawn any of the good stuff. So I'm going to have to Chaos Key his Inquisitor here. If I play, I don't know. If I play some sort of blocker here, that could help, but I need a flyer blocker. I really need like whatever his name is, or her name. Another Eternal Youth, okay. Again, that's kind of not the greatest here. He's really already ahead, so I mean that could have been removal instead of Eternal Youth. So he's probably playing a playset of them. So as far as that's concerned, I'm kind of happy that he's playing a playset of Eternal Youth, because I should be able to put out, if I actually get to play troops next game, then that's fine. He doesn't even seem to have, I guess he's got the one Inner Conflict. So he probably has maybe a playset of Inner Conflict, a playset of Murder. I passed my turn. There it goes, okay. And that's a dead card for me. So I can do this, and I still have enough that I can remove his Inquisitor. I'll take 5 anyway, so I really actually need to draw blockers when needs to happen. Chlorophyllia is not going to do it for me here, so that's pretty much good games. So I'm just going to go ahead and void this guy out of spite. Still haven't seen any 6-drops out of him, so... So, that's unfortunate. Just not my night right now. We'll see what happens next game. I want to see if he's unwise enough to play another card to show me anything else out of his deck. No siding, so we should be right into this next game. This deck just seems really clunky to me to play. I mean, it could end up with a really bad shard hand, where you just you draw the one ruby shard and you draw maybe like either one diamond or one blood, and it's kind of like, well, now what do I do? Yeah, okay, he's gonna play properly and not show me any more of his deck. Wise move, wise move. So we'll be right in after this to go to our game 2. Hopefully I can draw some of my 6-drops this time. That would be nice. Just saying. Also, I mulled to 6 there, so I was already behind. So that didn't help either. So I need to get a better opening hand than what I had. Where's that 6 drop I was looking for last? This is perfect hand. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect hand. So I'm going to not click on anything or say good luck, have fun until after I've kept my hands. Keep hands. Okay, now I can do it. So turn 1 Brave into a turn 2 Crash Beast is really, really good versus his deck because of the speed of his deck is very, very slow comparatively. So to that. If he's unwise and he interconflicts like one of these beasts, that would be really nice for me because that's his only answer to Fist in this deck that I can tell, that I can think about. I guess he could have a Chaos Key. He could have Chaos Keys in here, but it seems like that might be a little bit too slow. Although he is kind of playing a slow game anyways. Alright, so I did get I'm also was on the draw. 2 Crash Beasts could just seal up the game right away for me, actually. Drawing 2 Crash Beasts like that is pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. I didn't even see any Extinction out of him, so I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing here. That, I mean, if I see Extinction, that's going to be a problem if I play these 2 Crash Beasts out, but I really have to push damage as quickly as possible, so let's see. This turn he'll have 2, I play the Crash Beast, then he'll have 3, I could play another one. I'm not sure if I'm going to play another one, if I'm going to play that Secret Lab. It depends on what I draw into, I guess. I kind of want to keep throwing them into the deck as fast as possible to get the escalation up and have better chance of drawing more. But we'll see. So, play that. Do that. Play Crash Beast. Pass turn. So that'll be a quick 3 damage on the next turn. So, do I play Secret Lab? See, the other thing is that he has Corpse Fly in this deck, so I have to keep that in mind too. I probably... that's gonna maybe make this a little bit too clunky because I don't necessarily... There's no guarantee that I'm gonna get to where I need to go. Probably if I need to discard something at Corpse Fly, it'll be Secret Lab, because I'd rather have these bodies. If he plays like a Corpse Fly here, it'll probably be Secret Lab. That'll discard. This guy has Threshold. Very good chance he could have Extinction here. I kind of want to force it out though too. Do I want to give him a 3-for-1 for it? There's a Wild Aura. I think I play the Secret Lab here. Oh, I really want to play that Crash Beast though. I'll go to my attack phase, see if he does something during my attack phase here. I guess I can discard Wild Aura, so I'm pretty safe to Corpse Fly. I think this is enough pressure to give him where he'll have to sweep. Actually, you know what? I can't play the Secret Lab because I just attacked with the Howling Brave. Man, I don't know if I want to play this Crash Beast or not. He's got 6 cards in hand. That's a lot of cards. I don't know. I didn't see it at all this last game, so I guess if he has it, I lose. Or I have a very good chance of losing here. But it doesn't seem like he has it in the deck because he's playing a lot of spot removal. So if he has it, I'm in big trouble here. He pretty much has to play it this turn. I still have Secret Lab, and I can not play it. I actually need to draw into resources here, so I'm in a really bad position if he sweeps. Really bad. He just paid to... Yep, there you got the Extinction. Yep, so... Well, at least I know he's playing it now, so I guess if we go to a game 3, I can be more wary of that. I really need to draw a resource here. I really need it badly. I can draw a resource and play laboratory here. Yes. Holy cow, that's a huge relief. So I can throw away my Wild Aura if I have to in the next turn. They just increased the cost of Secret Lab from 3 to 4. It used to be a major player for me in this deck to sacrifice, to throw things out like late game Chlorophyllias that I don't need, stuff like that. So that's kind of huge, getting that Secret Lab here. Now I just need to draw some more resources or something. Plays a Shard, is going to get his Ruby, I would think, probably. Searching for that Ruby, so that way you can use it for his, or I guess not. Okay, I guess he needs the Diamond. Corpsefly, so I'm going to discard Wild Aura to Corpsefly. Yeah, it gives him some pretty good card advantage, especially versus this matchup. Plays another one, I'm in trouble. I'll probably have to throw away the Titan, Squirrel Titan, instead of Fist. Let's see, what would be the best draw here would probably be another Crash Beast would probably be the best draw here, actually. Because he would have to sweep again to deal with it. He's got a lot of card advantage, of course, just like last game. Versus a deck like this, again, I would probably do a lot of sign in a lot of spell shielded type stuff. Like Dandelion Sprite would be pretty decent in this matchup. Not sure. Okay, I guess we're just waiting on priority. We're just waiting on priority changeovers. Okay. I really need to drop a resource here, so if I don't draw a play, I need to... Okay, so that helps. Yeah, alright, I'll just pass turn back and just wait. If he plays something, I guess I can respond with Lab, so... So I draw another resource here, I play Fist, because I'd rather discard Squirrel Titan instead of Fist. If he makes me discard, I'll probably draw, then discard, and then, yeah, make a decision. Sure, I'll take 2. Plenty of time on the clock. It's like 10, 11, 12, 13 turns if that was the only thing in play here, but it probably won't be for that long. I'd be really happy to see him play a bunch of Eternal Use here. Another Corpsefly would be really bad. Yeah, I'm fine with him playing Eternal Youth. That's perfectly fine. He might be playing Transcendent in this deck, which would be a problem for me. Alright, so Fist comes down here, and we'll see if he's got the proper answer for it. Next turn I'll have Squirrel Titan to kill his guy, I guess. Puts him on a 3-turn clock if he doesn't block him at all. Yeah, I really should have played that Secret Lab earlier and just held on to that Crashy Beast. That would have put me in a much more superior position. Yeah, take 2, sure. He might as well give me 2, because he's not going to block. So absorbing 1 point of damage off of 6 is pretty incidental. Plays another Corpse Fly here, that's not great for me. Let's see if he's got it. Does he have Inner Conflict? Second main phase. Does he have Inner Conflict? Hope that he doesn't. I'm sure he'll. Yeah, does he have it? Does he not have it? Another thing he can do is he could. Oh, he does have it. Of course he has it. Sure. So I guess I'll just Squirrel Titan this guy away, and then he pretty much has this game, is what it looks like here. Very likely, because he's got card advantage. Although some of his cards are not a great choice, I feel, but just Squirrel Titan this guy and hold on to this shard so I can throw it, pitch it to my laboratory. Eventually, Corpse Flies won't be that useful versus me because I won't have any cards in hand. You know, I'll just be top decking. I'll just be playing every top deck I have. So, oh, I don't want to play that shard. I need to save it so I can pitch it to laboratory if I need. Not in a great position here. He has a lot of different removal cards he can use for the Squirrel Titan. Plenty of options on the Squirrel Titan for removal. 5 cards in hand is quite a lot. Again, he's playing with another Inner Conflict, sure. It tells me he likely doesn't have any troops in hand, so he's in top deck mode too. He probably just has a lot of removal. That's really good for me because if I top deck all of my fists, at least one of them is going to be able to attack. Now that he's used 2 of his Inner Conflicts. Yeah, end step, okay. Priority. Honeycap. Ooh. I dislike having to... Well, you know what? I think I can still play this Honeycap and pitch this Wild Shard. Because, again, there's not that much of a difference between a 7-7 and an 8-8 Honeycap in this board state. And if he's going to remove it, he's going to remove it. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to sit on this Wild Shard, and I'll use my Secret Lab in his end step. That seems pretty good to me. So I'll just keep asking questions and see if he has answers. Pretty good chance out of 4 cards that he does. Pretty good chance he has plenty of answers in his hand. But the more I see Eternal Youth, the better I feel about playing against this deck. Every time he plays Eternal Youth, it's like he probably didn't have anything decent to do. Okay, nothing to do apparently. Second main phase, nothing. Okay, end step. So he's probably waiting to murder my guy. During his end step, I'll go ahead and use my Secret Lab here. Sensei is better than a Wild Shard. Pass. Priority. So I'll play Sensei before combat to see what it draws me into. Oh, there's a Wild Root Dancer. So let's see if we can draw a shard here. And I could play the Wild Root Dancer and buff like Honeycap and try to push damage through. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do all this here. Pretty good chance he has murder here. But I'm forcing him to use it at least, I guess. He needs murder here. Does he have it? If he doesn't have it, then that's really good for me. No, he doesn't have it. So that seems really good for me. I don't know what's in his hand, but obviously he doesn't have any type of removal. Otherwise he would remove Honeycap on his turn or right there during combat, I would have thought. So maybe he has Extinction and he's just waiting a turn. Or maybe some Eternal Youths, I don't know. I'm not sure what's in his hand. He has a lot of cards in hand to not have played anything that last turn. Maybe it's all shards. Maybe he flooded. It's possible. So... he might have flooded. I don't know, maybe that's it. I'm not sure what's... I'm guessing he flooded. So, just go straight into combat, swing with the house, and we'll see what he does to react here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a discard. We'll see what happens. So I drew a Wild Shard, okay. I don't see too much of a reason to play this Wild Shard. I'd rather just save it in case I need to pitch it in another turn. Because, I mean, this is lethal damage here on the board, so... see if he has any responses here. He needs to respond. So you have a response. So I'm guessing he flooded. Oh, Immortality, okay. Sure. So he's waiting a turn. So I do damage, and then the Immortality kicks in, and he gains... he's supposed to gain 10 health back, but it isn't working properly. So he goes back up to 10, and then he still loses 3, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. He still... that buys him 1 turn. But he might be waiting to see if I play more stuff or an overextend again for a Extinction. He probably has Extinction in hand. He's just buying turns because he doesn't have threats right now on the board. No troops, no threats. So again, there's no real reason for me to buff anything out here. So yeah, you know, without... okay. What? Why would you burn it? Oh, you mean burn a disc? Boo boo boo. Hey, Technophi's in channel. Cool. So I guess he's just waiting for his... okay, there's that Extinction I was looking for. Cleans up the board nicely, except for the fist that's, you know, conflicted. It's a very conflicted fist. Taking this one at a time, that's for sure. So it's good that I saved that Wild Shard to pitch to Lab, Secret Lab. Yeah, I really need to... how do I pitch that? Crash. Seems pretty good here. So now he has to... he needs another Extinction or he needs some more removal. Eventually, all I'm going to have left in the deck is Crash a Beast, so that seems like a pretty good state to be in, board state. This Wild Shard kind of makes him want to play his Corpse Fly if he's got one, you know, because he might think I have something better than a Wild Shard in hand. His champion ability seems pretty bad in this situation. Oh, another extinction. He's gonna... That's 3 extinctions so far that he's played. So I guess we'll see if I draw another Crash a Beast here. He's answering pretty well, card for card. That's the thing about playing against like Control. It's kind of boring sometimes for the aggro player. That is. Is it Sensei? Let's see what I draw as Sensei. Threats on the board. Oh, there's a Fist. So I can play this Wild Shard to play the Fist, so I might as well. Just to force him to play another Inner Conflict if he's got it. Gain my 5 health, continue on. And that puts him at lethal if he doesn't have Inner Conflict and something to deal with my Sensei. If he deals with Sensei, he has a turn, unless I draw into a one of my other buffs in the deck. But yeah, now I'm just seeing if he has the Inner Conflict. Again, he doesn't have card drawing in this deck, so it's surprising that he's got the answers every time. I mean, I guess his champion does draw cards for him, so that helps, but... I mean, he's only drawing 1 card off of him. He needs 4 charges. He's only got 1 on him right now. He's only drawn a card off him once. Eternal Youth helps out a little bit. So now it's like, what, 2 turns, I guess? If he plays, yeah, he doesn't have the Ruby Gem for Inquisitors. This is where like kind of the clunkiness comes in, because he wants to play Inquisitors. He said he has Inquisitors that are gemmed, and he wants to get value out of them. But I mean, they really don't do very much versus Fist. Chaos Key, might as well just play that out. Swing in with Sensei and Fist. Play Chaos Key in second main phase. So he's on a 3-turn clock now. Chaos Key. Just barely on a 3-turn clock. He's 1 damage away from being on a 3-turn clock. Have to play the Chaos Key there in case he has a Corpse Fly. Corpse Fly would have taken it out of my hand, and that would have made it worthless. So I need to have that Chaos Key. I suppose if he plays Inquisitors, I haven't seen him play anything really fat like Lord Alexander. I keep saying Lord Alexander. It should be King Gabriel. So. Doo-doo. 38 cards left in deck. 4 of them are Crash a Beast. I'll never run out of cards versus his deck, which is nice to know about, though. So if we go to decks, well, I guess he'll never run out versus me either. So I guess it depends on if I can deal more damage than he can heal. Which I think I can if I have tons of... Because, I mean, if I play a Rhino and then I play 2 Rhinos, it's like he gets 4 life when he plays his card, and then he'll... But the thing is, like, when the next time he gains 8, I can deal, like, 9. No, I have the ruby shard. If I don't play, then I die. I don't know what the gem is. Still bugged. What should I do? I don't know if the gem's still bugged either. I mean, because either way, he's not really going to die. I mean, he's got 2 turns, but I understand what he's saying. He wants to play his guy and see if it's bugged. He wants to block. I'm gonna remove his guy with Chaos Key anyways, so. Yeah, we'll see if it's bugged or not, because when it was bugged, it would activate anyways, so he's just gonna try to play it. Oh, it activated, yeah. Yeah, it's bugged. Okay. So. Well, I'm still gonna crush you over 6 damage. I'm removing this guy anyways. Because I don't want him to keep bouncing back. Oh, whatever. He said he's not gonna block, so it's whatever, I guess. That's whatever. 6 plus 1 is 7, so I mean, he still had a turn. Unless I draw the 1 buff in my deck, the one that's left. Wild shard, I'm going to pitch that. Another wild shard. So I'll just hold on to the other one. Doesn't really change anything if I swing in here, so I'll just go ahead and swing in. Taking 3 is pretty inconsequential, so I might as well just wait to see what he does, see what else he plays. Hold on to my Chaos Key. I wonder how many inner conflicts he's running in this deck. I wonder if he's running a playset or not. I think Battle Beetle, again, is going to be one of the other things that's really just going to be virtually, it's going to be really hard for him to deal with it because he has to extinction it away, and normally he's going to extinction a lot earlier, so when Battle Beetle hits the board, it's going to be not consequential anyways, so. Fist does it again if I win here. That's basically where we're at. He might have more, whatever it is, Eternal Youth, I guess, could happen here. Eternal Youth would help him hold on, or the other one that he played before, this one, Immortality, would help him hold on. There's a Battle Beetle. So I'll just go ahead and swing in, see if he has any response here. Second main phase, I can still play my Battle Beetle and use Secret Lab. Yeah, Immortality, sure. So there's only one card he has in his deck that can deal with Battle Beetle now, because he's played 3 Extinction. So I'm pretty safe playing him. with Secret Lab now just to see. Actually, I should have waited till his end step for that. That's fine. I can play this Howling Brave out, I guess. It kind of forces an extinction if he's got one anyways. So I guess I'll just go ahead and play him out. So he doesn't get discarded or anything. So he's, you know, still on a 1 turn clock. Whew. Actually came up with an idea for Hearthstone games, because you know you can't do anything on your opponent's turn. So what I was thinking I would do is like have like a separate camera where like somewhere else. Okay, so he has to, yeah, I had to play that extinction, sure. Luckily for him, that's the only battle beetle in the deck. I was thinking like have a separate camera where I would like do like push-ups or something while my opponent's going on his turn, because you can't do anything, you can't respond on your opponent's turn, so you know, try to make the best of that time, you know, because you're spending all that time sitting there. Thing is, his deck just doesn't have threats. Like, all the threats are on my side of the table. All he's doing is basically all prevention. So it's not really that great from my standpoint. Throw that away. Play the Sensei. We'll see if it affects combat here. Probably won't. Throwing away a lot of shards. So, Root Dancers are probably not going to be as good. No more extinction, so I can basically play every troop I draw now without having to worry about extinction. So he's played 4. So every troop I draw I can play and just start building up my board state. And he's only, I mean, he needs to draw a spot removal for this Fist, really, is what needs to happen, or just keep healing through the damage. She's been doing pretty well so far, so we'll see. Keeps going or not. I think the deck that I played against right before this, the one that Mythic Fishmon played against me, was a much better build for something like this. The thing is, like, with the Transcendent, you only have to play one, what do you call it, oh, there's a Life Siphon, okay, for 6. I guess that keeps him alive. You only have to play one, whatever it's called, Eternal Youth. You only have to play one Eternal Youth, because you can draw it every turn if you want, and eventually it just escalates out of control, and your opponent should concede at that point. But if somebody's trying to run the clock down, the thing is, like, that deck doesn't, it's not helpful, because if your opponent really wants to run the clock down, they can, and they will. We'll just go ahead and swing in. Second main phase, we'll play Crash Abyss. Actually, that was a play mistake. I should have Secret Labbed to see if I drew into, like, Root Dancer. And if I had drawn Root Dancer, I could have played Wild Shard, and that would have been 2 more damage that I needed, and then he would be dead. But I'm going to play Crash Abyss now, and then I'm going to, before I Secret Lab, to have a chance to draw into another Crash Abyss. But yeah, that was kind of a play mistake. I mean, it depends on how much I think is in the deck. I mean, if I drew into a Root Dancer there, that would have been a play mistake for sure. There's another Crash Abyss. I'm completely safe playing these Crash Abyss now. So he has no more extinction. So, yeah. The game's gone too long. He had no threats for me. He can Life Siphon me for another 6, but it won't matter. I've got 9 times 3 is 27, 28, 33, 34. There's 34 damage coming at him next turn. So, and any troop he drops, I can Chaos Key away now. So he only has 6 resources. He can only cast so many spells with 6 resources. So it should be over here. Again, probably playing that second Crash Beast at the beginning of the game could have shortened the game a lot more for me if I had played it after he swept out those 2 creatures. But I kind of forced the sweep out. Is what happened. So we're going to game 3. Exciting times. That was a long game. I'm not looking forward to this last. So I hope I get a good draw again. That would be nice. Yes! Perfect. Turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Chlorophyllia, turn 3 Fist. Perfect. That is exactly the hand I want to see. So you will have to have the proper removal for Fist on within a couple of turns. He has the first turn, so I prefer he not draw cards. So having the second turn I don't think is that bad for me. I really need to draw cards. Although he could play if he plays a Corpse Fly, I think I dump a Root Dancer actually to the Corpse Fly. Or I could dump Laboratory if I need to a Corpse Fly here. Yeah, so that's a great start. Okay, so that's a really good start there, and get my. He could have Persecute, but I haven't seen him play Persecute in this deck. So if he has Persecute here, that's really good for him. I can still turn 3. I can still play Chlorophyllia, and if I draw into a resource, I can still play Fist. So that's always good too. Root Dancer is really not amazing in this matchup, so actually if I was siding, I would probably side out Root Dancer. Shards of Fate's really good for me here, because that allows me to play my Chlorophyllia and guarantees that as long as he doesn't kill my Brave, I should be able to play the Fist on turn 3. As long as he doesn't kill my Brave. And if he does kill my Brave, I mean, that's kind of like not the greatest target for a removal spell anyways. If he's going to kill it, he needed to kill it on that turn. So, perfect. And no matter what, I'm playing this Fist now that I just drew into that Wild Shard. So I have the Shard to replace my guy if he kills my guy here. So, puts me in a really good position. He's just come out on turn 4 instead of turn 3. Yep. I'm going to make him answer this Fist right away. Ending the game sooner than later is definitely a good thing for me if I can get that to happen. Secret Lab was an all-star for me in the last game too, so let's see if he has the Corpse Fly here. Yeah, Corpse Fly. I'm really thinking Root Dancer here. I only have 1 Laboratory in the deck. I have 3 more Root Dancers, and he has a lot of removal. So I'm perfectly fine getting rid of this Root Dancer here. Of course, I could also get rid of a Wild Shard, and that should also be perfectly fine. Huh. I think I can do that. Yeah, I'll get rid of a Wild Shard here, because I can still play Fist next turn. 5, 6, yes. So we're getting rid of a Wild Shard here. I've got 24 Wild Shards in the deck. I've only played Three of them. I threw one in the graveyard, so I've got 20 shards left. It's almost like he wants to play that Corpse Fly when I'm down to like 2 cards and I'm stalled, but he should know that I'm in my 6th drop range right now. Yep. So we'll see if he's got inner conflict here. If he doesn't have it, it's really bad for him. Next turn I'll have a Root Dancer for the buff. Although I may want to play Secret Lab instead, because I really, again, I don't want to lose it to Corpse Fly. I really don't want to lose this Secret Lab to a Corpse Fly. So I'll probably actually play the Secret Lab instead. I don't think he has the removal for my Fist. I don't know, we'll see this turn. That also allows me to push 7 damage, which is, you know, nothing to sneeze at. So let's see if he's got it. No, he doesn't have removal, otherwise he would have played it. He has 4 cards in hand. It's not looking good for him. So I'm going to hold this shard. Oh, and there's a Chlorophyllia I can pitch as well, so... go ahead and go to my attack step, play the Secret Lab, and then I'll pitch Chlorophyllia to it. Or I'll actually probably do it in his end step, just in case he plays a Corpse Fly. So yeah, second main phase we'll play the Secret Lab, and then that way I can dump out my hand on the next turn safely, with some cards I can discard if I need to a Corpse Fly. Corpse Fly is definitely something you gotta be very wary of, I would say, in this deck. You need to, it's almost like counter magic, but I get to choose what's getting discarded, so I need to just make sure that I'm being aware of what's happening with that. Doesn't have a lot of card draw. So he has to draw the removal for Fist here. That's the big thing. Let's see, at this point, if I play the Root Dancer out, I can deal 6, 7, 8, 9 damage in the next turn, which is pretty good. I haven't drawn Jadiim yet either. She would be decent against this deck. Okay, Rockcaster is whatever to me. If that's what he's playing, that's fine. I'm going to respond with Secret Lab and discard a Chlorophyllia. He's going to kill my Howling Brave, which is perfectly fine. And I will play a Root Dancer to buff Fist, making him even more of a threat in this next turn. Yeah, Chlorophyllia really doesn't do very much of anything for me at this point in the game, so pitching it to Secret Lab is really good. It's almost like the increase in Lab and then the introduction of the, I forget what the card's called, but basically you get to search the top 5 and put a troop in your hand. It's almost like those kind of went hand in hand for this deck, because I basically lost a Secret Lab and gained 1 of that card, so that's the only changes I've made for this deck, really. And of course, we haven't even seen that card played, but it's just a nice turn 1 drop if I don't get my Howling Brave. Obviously, if I get a Howling Brave, that's my turn 1. But it could also get me a turn 2 Howling Brave if I really need it, so that's very important as well. Okay, so we'll play this properly. We'll play the Root Dancer now. He has nothing to respond with because he has no resources, so do that. We'll buff up Fist here, accept. Go ahead and gain some life. I'm going to Secret Lab here just to see what I draw. Nothing decent, so I'll throw away a Wild Shard. And swing in for 8. And put him on a 1-turn clock-ish. Yeah, basically a 1-turn clock. If he blocks him, it'd be somewhat bad for him. He really needs to push more damage, but, you know, it's not really looking that great for him. If he keeps him back for blockers, he can absorb 3 damage in the next turn, and he'll take 5. If he takes it all here, that'll put him down to 3. So that's really not going to be enough damage absorption. So he needs a better back end. This is what he needs, or he needs. Actually, he just needs to draw his. Really, just needs to draw into the inner conflict here. That's really what he needs, because he obviously hasn't had it for the last 3 turns, 2 or 3 turns. Otherwise, he would have played it by now. Again, Fist is one of those cards that, like, it's only answerable by by a handful of cards in the format. So that's why it's so dominant still. And again, I'm a big proponent of playing Fist still in competitive play. You either need to beat me before I can play a Fist, or absorb all his damage, or heal through his damage, or remove him from the game. I mean, there's a couple of different ways you could deal with it. A deck like this could heal through the damage if it played enough life siphons. He could heal through the damage if it got, you know, like right now he could life siphon me and hold on for a turn. Yeah, there you go. See, there you go, life siphon. Of course, I'm buffing my Fist again, so he'll take. It'll be 10 to his toughness is like 3, so that's 7 damage I'm putting through. If I could play 2 Wild Shards in the same turn, that would be amazing. Because I would double buff Fist, but, you know, that obviously is not going to happen. So he's just barely holding on by the skin of his teeth. He's going to have to sacrifice both his guys here, which is really, really good for me. Let's see, so go ahead and buff Fist. I can actually swing in with Root Dancer here, and he... Let's see. Yeah, he has to swing in with Fist. Let's say he blocks here. He still takes 8. So yeah, Root Dancer can swing in here. That's a good game. So yeah, there we go. Root Dancer for good games here. It's a little bit too fast for him. And yeah, he just didn't... Again, I don't feel like the deck he's playing has enough threats. You need to... If you're going to play Control, you need to play a big, fat threat. So he could play Urnaz, he could play King Gabriel. You know, in fact, I'm going to ask him... hold on. Quick questions for my stream. High-end troops like Nas or King Gabe. Yeah, I kind of wonder if he's playing those, because like those are the finishers you want to see, especially Urnaz and something that's going to kill everything. I mean, that's when I think, especially with so much destruction he has in this deck, needs to be in here, because he could resurrect like a Honeycap, a really big Honeycap or something in one of my games, and do a lot of... Oh, he has 2 Urnaz, he hasn't drawn them. Oh, okay. Okay. Just have it. Yeah. So, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's just bad luck, because at this point in the game, if he would have drawn Urnaz... I mean, I don't think it would have helped him very much, because he would have gotten a Howling Brave, but... in other games, it might have. Especially in, like, that last game. It definitely would have in the last game. So it's kind of crazy that he was, like, down to close to 30 cards and didn't draw it, so... that's just bad luck. Yeah, I did make 1,000,000 rhinos. I guess he was about to play it in the last game, so Sometimes you just gotta play him out. I mean, because he's gonna keep making dudes, or keep getting control of more and more stuff every turn. So, yeah, that's true. I mulled to 6. I didn't mull on any of the last games. So, all right. Well, good game, Sinfonia. Excellent player, excellent deck. Again, I probably wouldn't play the Eternal Youths, but other than that, I mean, it seemed decent.